Welcome to another InWheelTime podcast.
It's the InWheelTime Car Talk Show today, coming to you from the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run in Granbury, Texas. We have attendees lined up, and you'll enjoy a few minutes with each of them, and we'll have our popular features as well. So we hope you'll stay with us for today's 3-hour bonus show. Howdy. Along with Mike out of this world Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley got out of bed and joined us this morning, all the way up here close to North Texas and Dallas and that area. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us. It's a beautiful day here in Granbury, Texas. Supposed to get up to, I think, about 92-ish this afternoon, but we're going to be out of here by then. We got a 3-hour show chocked full of goodness, all about cars. Today we're going to focus on hot rods, resto mods, and things that may be in your past and maybe not, but I think that you'll really enjoy today's show as we come to you live from Hewlett Park. We're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Lone Star Street Rod Association. Glad that you could join us, and happy Father's Day weekend to everybody as well.
Absolutely.
We're not going to worry about parades and riots and any of that sort of thing today.
We have us.
We are the riot.
With a quiet riot.
Yeah, that's it. See that Mars is showing a little hair on his chest this morning.
right.
Apparently he's feeling.
I didn't want you to get too excited. Let me button this
feeling
up
a
here.
little randy this morning. Is it Randy?
That's our next guest.
Oh, it's our next guest. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he's away from home
So
today.
our first guest over here is Stephen Rogers. He is the fine owner of that 1966 Chevrolet. Were you even born when that truck was made?
I was not,
You know, how did I just kind of got that feeling.
but I got it as quick as I could.
Yeah, good.
That was my first one.
Really?
And,
you have more than one.
No, that was my first vehicle.
Oh, it
your
was?
first-
Yes, sir.
When you learned how to drive.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Drove it every day in high school, and lucky enough that been able to hang on to it all these years.
That's the original one you drove in high school?
Yes, sir.
40 years ago?
I've had it 31 years.
Okay.
But it didn't look like that?
You
just progressively got it into this?
It was in good shape when we got it.
Yeah.
We've done things to it along the way. The whole drivetrain, everything's swapped out. And,
You mean it didn't have a 6-cylinder in it?
no,
Did it never have a 6-cylinder in it?
It never did. I drove it 22 years, I guess, with the 283 and 3-speed on the column.
Yeah.
And since then has switched out for the 700 R4 and little overdrive, so I don't have to scream so many RPMs to keep up with traffic.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the motor is?
Got a ZZ4 in it now. So
What is the ZZ4, if I may ask?
the ZZ4, the 350 small block.
Gotcha.
It was, it was the hot stuff 20, 30 years ago.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't pause for the national anthem. You can turn down the deal. But at any rate, well, it's a beautiful truck.
Thank you.
And you've done some work to it.
We've done a little bit. It excuse me. It needs everything. But
Wow.
Like what?
excuse me. It just the after Dad and I worked on a lot of things, and he made a comment of that we're about out of stuff to do to it, and I said all it needs is everything now, meaning
Start over.
Just start over with a full frame off and redo the whole thing.
Why?
It's a 30-foot truck right now. You get close to it, it's got stuff.
But you
30
drive
foot,
it.
I got
But
you.
you drive it.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the most important thing as far as I'm concerned.
And that's why it may not be anytime soon that that thing gets torn apart and redone.
Well, somebody that has a little experience in that regard, I bought a brand new 1977 Corvette. Well, that wasn't good enough. So I had to have the big, expensive paint job put on it and redid the interior. It only had like 30,000 miles on it. Redid it all, right? Biggest mistake I ever made, because then I couldn't drive it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
that is one of the beauties of it right now, is that I can just throw my chairs and whatever in the back of it, and away I go.
Where are you from?
Live up in Little Elm area.
Okay.
About other side of DFW
Yep.
from here.
Yeah. So this is a nice little. Did you drive down this morning?
Drove down yesterday.
Okay. So you stayed in a motel last night.
Yes, sir.
Travel
You
Lodge.
Travel Lodge. Didn't stay in the back of the truck or anything.
No.
That's good.
No,
Yeah.
I've hopefully those days are behind me.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, so you drove it, obviously.
Yes, sir.
From Little Elm down here. How'd it do?
Did good.
Yeah. And have you ever checked the gas mileage on it?
I'm afraid to.
Yeah. You got those jets opened up a little bit on it?
Yeah. It's probably a little fat.
Is it carbureted or?
Yes, sir,
Yeah, it is
carbureted.
carbureted. Okay. So you haven't gone the injection route yet?
Not yet.
Yeah. Is it in the offing?
Maybe. It's in the back of the brain, but
it's not one of the top priorities.
It's one of those of, kind of like anything else of time and money, and do I want to invest in figuring out a new thing?
Yeah, exactly. So, and if it doesn't flood and it starts all the time, why?
And right now it'll bust right off, and it puts a smile on my face.
Have you always been a car guy?
Yes, sir.
You have.
Is this your only one?
That's my only one. Dad has got.
That's not your daily driver, though.
No, sir. No, sir. Not anymore. It got retired when I was about 18 or 19. And,
really?
Became a toy at that point. And
clearly garage kept.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate that Mom and Dad had a place for me to keep it inside, and while I was off being dumb in college and learning and learning about life,
to be dumb,
and yes, practicing, a lot of practice, and just till I kind of, I won't say I ever grew up, but until I got to a point where I had a house and a garage of my own.
You see this right here? We haven't grown up.
No.
Well, no, that part of us never goes away, I think. So, is that your wife over there?
No, sir. That is a lovely lady that hangs out with me a lot, though.
I'm so sorry. But no, that's good. Well, welcome to the show, and now he's going to be a big star, and you'll be getting fan mail and all of that through the InWheelTime Car Talk Show.
Yeah, probably from prisoners, but yes, fan mail.
There's that. Do you attend this all the time?
Yes, sir.
You have? How many years now?
This is probably 7 or 8 for me.
Oh. Is it? Well, you're not far behind us. I think this is our third or fourth.
Fourth, I believe.
Fourth, yeah. And it's been a real joy because this is hot rod heaven here.
Yes.
And when you say hot rods, it has a complete different meaning for everybody. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, well, I think I need to do a little research in the background of hot rods. And basically it came post-World War II. That's when the whole hot rod movement started, mainly out of California. And as you can imagine, they were pre-World War II cars that guys went into the Army and said, you know what, this doesn't have enough hot rodness to it. So
hot rodness.
And so we need to, pump up the horsepower a little bit, take those ugly fenders off of there, put some big tires on it, and take it to the drag strip.
There's a few of those here. We saw some coming in just like that.
There are.
And then you got the belly tank cars.
Is there one of those here?
No. But you brought
yes,
triggered that for the hot rods there.
Yeah. So I assume that you have fallen into the hot rod culture.
Yes.
And all of these old guys have maybe brought something and you're thinking, I could put that on the truck. Mm-hmm. I can make that change to the truck.
There's always
you're always stealing ideas.
There's always a wish list for sure.
Yeah. And and always great ideas, and it never fails me of all the years that I've been doing this, is that I'll see somebody pull in, I'm going, man, I sure like that. Go talk to the guy who's always willing and able to talk and pull ideas from him and then come up with my own concoction and somehow put it on the car, truck, or whatever it is that I'm driving at the time. So you've kind of fallen into that as well?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yep, and trying to hopefully pass a little bit of that along to my kids.
How old are your kids?
14, 15, and 16.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 of them are still in bed across the street at the hotel, but they're not real early getting up and going.
Well, that's all right. So obviously you've indoctrinated them into the hot rod culture.
I'm doing my best.
Well, I think you're doing a fine job. I haven't met them yet, but we're going with. Well, it is Father's Day weekend. Okay, Dad.
No, they actually the last, I guess after the first or second year that I think my first year I came was by myself. The second year I brought the whole family, and they, after that first time, they were hooked, and every year since they've been asking, Dad, when's Granbury? When's that show again?
Really?
And so the kids are
That's
are
good.
big driving force behind making sure that we're here every year.
Now, have you taken them into any motorsports events, circle track racing, drag racing, anything?
Not a whole lot. We have done. I feel like I might have failed a little bit because I grew up around the dirt track, and then just realized that it was just probably within the last year the first time I even took them to a drag strip or anything, and they've been around this stuff all their life.
Sure.
But, it just realized when we went to the drag strip, and I'm like, holy cow, this is the first time I've brought y'all out here. I feel like I've failed a little bit here.
Well, guess what? You better hurry up because it's all fixing to go away pretty soon. You know that.
It is.
Yeah. Both of my daughters, I drug them to every car event that there was known to man. Oh, Dad, it's another car show. Yeah. You want to go to the drag strip? Yeah, let's go to the drag strip. So I took them to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, you've got a great NHRA event coming up in October down in Ennis.
Okay.
And if you ever want, I would encourage every dad, especially, or grandfather, whatever, if you've never been to an NHRA race, take them to see the real pros and do 3-second, 333-mile-an-hour runs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite impressive. It gives you a whole different side of our passion, if you will.
Yes.
We've had several of the drivers
Hold
sitting
on,
in your
Jeff.
spot. The NHRA drivers. You
Okay.
got all the big names. So they've been on as well.
And one of the, I guess one of the cool things about the NHRA stuff that I remember from Dad taking me when I was a little guy was just all the interaction that you get, and
Absolutely.
compared to a lot of the other racing where
Correct.
It's harder to get
Yeah.
access to the drivers and everything.
Well, as you
that's
know, you
going
can go
on,
right to
but
the pits, and
you're right there in the
yep.
pits. You're standing, 10 feet away from them, tearing that car apart and putting it back together, and the driver's just part of it, and
Right.
they'll get out and
And there's nothing like
interacting and talking to everybody. And
yeah.
so it's
And there's nothing like a good cry session after they fire up one of those top fuel cars. Little nitromethane in the
Yeah.
eyes never hurt
They
anybody.
should
Right.
make that a cologne for Christmas time or something.
That's right.
That'd be good. I'd buy it.
Well, Stephen, it's great to talk to you. Congratulations on a beautiful truck.
thank you.
And listen, don't sweat the little stuff, man. Enjoy the truck.
Nah,
It's all good.
I can have fun
You
with it the way
you
it
don't
is
want to
right
do
now.
that frame off. That's too much work. Enjoy the rides.
The main driving behind the frame off would be to not be black anymore.
Yeah,
because I
different color, red,
I love,
or, green.
I love the black. It looks good when it's clean, but it's.
I have a black car. I know.
By
Yes.
the time I get to the back of it, it's time to go wipe the front off again.
That's
so.
right.
I no longer
So,
have a black
what
car.
color would you paint it?
There was a color that I saw a few years ago that's been in my mind that was on a little Volvo SUV, but it was they called it Amazon Blue was the color, but it was kind of a similar to a turquoise, kind of in a
Yep.
little bit of a muted color. It's got a little bit of blue to it, a little bit of green tints to it.
He's
and,
already got it picked up.
I know.
Have you
It's,
priced a gallon of it yet?
I know, but hopefully if it's
Be sure
being
you're
that
sitting
it's-
down when
Yeah,
you do.
and you may
Yeah.
need 3 gallons.
That is that.
Yeah, and
Now, would you paint it yourself?
No.
I'm not a painter.
Luckily
No people.
I know one.
I like to.
I know a painter.
I'm not afraid to get my hands into stuff, but luckily I do still have that filter in there of knowing when I'm biting off too much.
Me
and,
too. Yes, exactly.
and
I think we all do. They've been around
there
this
are people
enough.
that know how to do this stuff better than I do.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. You going back tomorrow?
Tomorrow evening after everything wraps up.
Now, you're going to do the cruise this evening?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Good for you. Yeah. It's tons of fun. We just got off the hot rod tour of Texas.
Okay.
Which, are you familiar with that?
I've heard of it. That's starts down around the coast somewhere.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Victoria.
Okay.
Well, every year they change a different
Okay.
pattern of where they're going to take the tour.
They always start in Victoria.
Yeah, they always start in Victoria. This year we went through the coast up and then through the eastern part, northern Houston,
Okay.
Piney Woods areas and things. And
I think we're going to be back to the hill country from
hill
what we've
country's
been
nice.
teased on this. You'd love it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the ladies go to the wineries. We go to the wineries with them, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. We get drug along for a change.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff. Well, Stephen, it's great to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck to you. Hope to run into you again.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You bet.
Stephen Rogers with his 66 Chevy. Hey, you can get the InWheelTime Car Talk Show 24/7 through the Odyssey radio app and the InWheelTime app. Just look for InWheelTime Car Talk. Podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider, and we video stream our live weekly show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show thanks you for 14 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcasts, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the InWheelTime Car Talk Show.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. Coming to you today from the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run in Granbury, Texas. Hewlett Park is where we are located. This is a yearly event, and Lone Star Street Rod, is celebrating their 50th anniversary.
Yes, 50.
50 years. What were you doing 50 years ago?
I wasn't even born yet.
Such a liar.
Hogwash.
You wish.
I think I was going to college when I was,
Again.
I don't know. I was a youngster.
What were you doing 50 years ago, David Ainsley? Where's your headset? Put your headset on. Put that on. Shut up, David. I don't want to hear.
Put it on and shut up.
I don't want to hear about your 5th grade experience 50 years ago.
You were married back then, weren't you?
He's always been married, one way or another.
Now he's got a headset.
Yeah. Our chief engineer,
He
David
doesn't know how to turn it on.
Ainsley.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello, David.
So, where were you 50 years ago?
I was in 5th grade.
5th grade. Where were you living?
Memorial Drive Elementary is where I was.
Yeah. Is it still there, Memorial Drive Elementary?
No, they have actually torn it down.
Yeah.
A year or two ago.
There's a plaque up for his
There is.
being there.
Memorial.
Memorial.
It says
Memorial.
That's perfect. So I mentioned earlier about the hot rods. And since this is a hot rod event, I thought, we always have a story of the week, or at least we try to. And this week I thought, since we're doing a hot rod event, let's find out what AI and Google and all that tells us about hot rods.
Okay.
So here's from AI. A hot rod is typically an American car, often an older model, that has been rebuilt or modified to increase speed and acceleration. It's characterized by a stripped-down, souped-up appearance and performance, with a focus on aesthetics and performance rather than comfort or factory-stated features.
Yeah.
While many are built for exhibition or racing, others are used for street driving, which is pretty much the case here.
Yeah.
Except for those that were trailered in, and over at our hotel, there were several trailers parked out in the street. So clearly some were a little bit more proud of their paint
Right.
job and didn't want to get
You don't
rock
want to do the
chips.
100, 200, 300-mile trip with all the rocks and stuff on a $30,000 paint job. I get it. So you drive it 4 or 5 miles rather than 300.
Yeah. So modified for speed, David, like we are at our age. Hot rods are primarily known for their focus on speed and acceleration achieved through engine upgrades, suspension modifications, and often a stripped-down look to reduce weight. American cars, typically based on classic American cars, such as those from the 1920s and 30s. That would be the typical hot rod, at least in my mind, all the way through modern cars. They can also be hot rodded, and clearly that's a big focus for a lot of those folks that are watching, listening to the show. Customization. Hot rodders often customize their cars with unique features and designs, including paint jobs like that truck right there. Look at that gold paint job. It's almost blinding. It is so gold.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's no single universally accepted definition of what constitutes a hot rod, and the term can apply to a wide range of vehicles. Street and show cars. While some hot rods are built for racing, many are intended for street use or for exhibition at car shows. You think? Evolution of styles. Traditional hot rods. These often resemble the early hot rods of the 1950s, featuring a stripped-down look with classic features like dropped axles, lake headers, and simple paint jobs. Modern hot rods can incorporate more contemporary styling elements, including advanced technology, and may be built with a focus on both performance and a polished look. Origin of the term. The origin of the term hot rod is debated, with some suggesting it refers to stolen cars or the high-performance connecting rods in engines.
Those make sense. Stolen makes sense. Didn't think of that.
Others believe it's a shortened version of hot roadster, as roadsters were a popular choice for hot rodders in the early days. Examples: T-buckets. Those were made from the Model T. Stripped down, changed, bigger engines, modified engines. Classic hot rods often featuring a stripped down T-bucket body style with a chopped top and a modified chassis. Most of the T-buckets that I know of today are convertibles. They've turned them into with a chopped top on it. Deuce Coupes. Popular hot rods based on 1932 Ford Deuce Coupe, featuring a variety of modifications and custom paint job. And then there's the High Boys, another popular hot rod style, often based on 1930s Ford cars, known for their high-lifted suspension and custom paint. I don't know about high-lifted suspension.
What they just put on top of the frame would be a high boy.
Well, they'd cut the body down so it would sit lower on
like
the
a
frame.
channel. Yeah.
That's my version.
Yeah.
How about yours? Don't you agree? Yeah, he agrees. Okay.
He's
Our next
got
guest is here, and I'm just playing off of him since nobody else will join in the conversation.
no.
But that's okay.
That's all right.
I'm familiar with it, you know.
Hello, nobody.
So there you have it. Those are that's the story of the week.
All right.
Hot rods.
It's
Good with that?
It's good the story all day.
Yeah, it is. I did want to do recalls because there are a bunch. Would you like to guess which one wins the award?
Let me get. Does it start with an F?
Yeah.
Okay. Ferrari?
Yeah,
No.
not Ferrari. A Lincoln Nautilus, which is a Ford product, 2024, panoramic or center display feature, failure.
Oh.
Traction control indicator light may not illuminate on the Mazda MX-5 Miata, 24 for 25. Then we have also the airbags may not deploy in a crash on the Mazda MX-30 and Mazda 3, 24 to 25 model years. Video display may go blank while driving, kind of like my brain. Cadillac Lyric,
What?
23 to 24.
That's a misprint.
Well, it could be. All right. Kia K5 parking lights may flicker. Not good at the drive-in. Draws attention to the car while you're in there. Yeah. Ford Motor Company. Here we go. Airbag status indicator. Light not visible. Ford Maverick for 25. High voltage battery may short circuit in the Lincoln Aviator for 2020 to 2021. Reverse lights may not function. Ford F-150 for 2021. Pre-collision assist features may not exist for the Ford Expedition and the Lincoln Navigator for the 2020 model year. Engine failure may cause a fire. Ford Escape, Maverick, and Corsair from the Lincoln.
Thermal events on all those?
On all those, 2020 through 2023. Engine failure on the Ford Explorer, the F-150, and the Ford Transit for 2025.
Wow.
Oops. Block heater may overheat and cause a fire underneath the hood.
Now, whoa. Block heater in what part of the world
Well,
is
it
this
doesn't.
in?
I know.
Okay.
I know. We don't use them down here, but you never know. You know, if some of these cars get turned in, moved around the country, and that sort of stuff. And
Somebody relocates.
Yep. And you got an engine that has a block heater on it, and these are the ones that are included.
I don't
Ford
think
Bronco
anybody's here
Sport,
got a block
Escape,
heater.
Maverick, Corsair, Nautilus, 2023 to 2025.
Perfect.
Finally, the TPMS light may not illuminate on the Ford F-150 and the F-150 Lightning. battery electric vehicle for 2022. And those are my recalls for the current moment.
Yeah, stand by for more.
Yeah. Ford's got a serious problem, and I don't even know what to say about it. Overall, I like Ford vehicles, but this is a problem that the president and CEO of the company has acknowledged that they need to fix. When's that going to happen, sir?
Wasn't Ford the people we were talking last week about the skateboard platforms and how all the motors eventually were going to be built by the same company?
Well, that's not going to happen anymore.
Ford or Stellantis was saying that.
I think it was Ford, because I thought that was how silly that
was.
was.
Well, I think that all of them were at one time going to go to that technology, and I don't think that that's going to happen anymore.
Well, the technology's there. It's just how they adapt it.
Well, yeah, but
their
the skateboard thing is mainly an electric feature, I believe. Because it's a flat bed that's full of batteries, and then you set a body on top of it, and away you go.
Well, we were just kind of talking about how he was saying everybody's going to get the same motors, so motors and drivetrain is no longer going to be a distinguisher between the brands or anything. And we just kind of used that as an example that how else are you going to distinguish it, because they all look the same. And if it's like the Takata airbags. If everybody gets their motor from the same one, if they're bad, they're all bad.
They're all bad.
Yeah, so what Monica's referring to is the fact that it has been bantied about that people like Stellantis and Ford and General Motors are going to actually have suppliers that supply the engines. Because our generation, we bought cars based on the overall vehicle, including the engine. You want a six-banger in it, or do you want some big block, V8 in there?
Right.
Well, they also did it.
But they don't. Today's buyer is not buying. They don't look at a car like that anymore.
Well, there used to be, you buy the car to what you can do to it later.
That was part of it.
Yeah.
I can upgrade this or
the
that.
shade tree guys in the world would, I'm going to put some heads on it. I'm going to put some valve covers, change the
I'm
carburetor.
going to put some headers on it.
Headers on
I
it.
want to put an exhaust system
In
on
the
it. I want to put an
garage in
intake
January.
on it.
Yeah.
I did all that with the Corvette, 77 Corvette.
Put headers on the Nova in January in the mother-in-law's garage. Yep.
In January.
Froze my you-know-what.
I was going to say.
All parts of my you-know-what were frozen.
No doubt. Okay.
Yep.
It's time now for a break here on the InWheelTime Car Talk Show. A reminder that if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@InWheelTime.com. Are you monitoring that right now?
I did a few minutes ago, yes, sir.
So every once in a while, Mr. Morris checks in on it. So if you've got something that you'd like to convey to us while we're here in Granbury, then please feel free, and Mr. Morris will bring it to our attention.
And we'll have a guest coming up right after that.
Yeah, we will. Anyway, shoot us an email. The address info@InWheelTime.com. And be sure to follow us on Facebook. We're back right after this.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning InWheelTime Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The InWheelTime Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the InWheelTime Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.